I think Little sees my hat, and because my hat's sticking straight up, and he was looking kind of concerned there for a second, but it looks like he got over it. Yep, he's over it. Oh man, you know, it's what time is it? It is 7:30. 7:30 at night. And you guys can't see anything. But you can probably hear the snow, because there's a lot of it. There is about another 6 inches of snow that we got. See? There's a spot here where the Fiesta was sitting. See? So, yeah. Now this vlog is going to be about the Fiesta. Because I'm finally giving in, and I'm taking it to the dealership tomorrow morning. And I'll get into that here in just a bit. Here's my car, obviously, the Escape. And of course, the Aztek. This car has been sitting for 4 days. So, before I get into the topic of the Fiesta, I figure why not do a 4-day cold start of the Aztek. It is currently, I think, below 20 degrees. Not negative 20, but it's like 20 degrees or in the teens or something. So obviously I gotta clear it off, but we're gonna jump it again. Obviously the battery's completely dead. And I kind of want to look at the oil now to see how it looks. And then I will tell you guys exactly, you know, the exact deal with the Fiesta. So let me get everything hooked up, brushed off. Okay, so we all know this process by now. I looked at the oil. I'll tell you what, it still looks a heck of a lot better than it did. Ooh, no, we don't have good contact. I am kind of upset that I bought a battery that doesn't seem to be very good. I was debating whether I should take it back or not, but I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll get a nice new battery for it. Obviously when it's actually its full potential. Not just going to be sitting in my driveway in pieces. Okay. So this is the first start in, like I said, about 4 days. Let's see how it does. I'm not losing brake fluid yet, so that's good. I filled up the brake fluid reservoir because the noise was irritating. 19 degrees. Okay. So, there's that. Let me disconnect the car and I'll let it sit for a little bit. Not too long, obviously. Just for a little bit. You know, I must say, I really do think that since I put new oil in it, I don't think it sounds as bad as it did. It does sound like it's running a little smoother. Like I said, I think we're gonna need an exhaust manifold up front, I think, somewhere. I hope. But I mean, it doesn't sound like there's shock, hold on. It doesn't really sound like there's, you know, any absurd knocking or anything. She looks so pleasant when she's actually alive. Like poor Aztek. Service engine light came back on. So we obviously have a problem somewhere that I don't know about yet, but we're not going to worry about that obviously until we actually get the car running for good. It really doesn't sound all too bad. But I don't know. One of the reasons why I do want to start it from time to time, especially in the cold, is because you can see, I don't know how accurate the gas gauge is yet, but you know, we are low in fuel, or getting close to being low in fuel, and with it being cold and stuff, I don't really want, you know, anything in the tank to freeze. I don't want the gas lines to freeze up or anything, so it might be good to you know, kind of let them run for a little bit. And the other thing is, I honestly don't know how accurate the gauge is. I don't know if this car is gonna have a gas gauge issue or not, but I'll find out once we start driving it all the time. Plus, another thing too is the gas in the tank is probably over a year old because it's how long it's been sitting, and I don't know if I really want to put gas in it yet. I mean, you know, obviously when it gets real low, I'll go to the gas station and I'll just put a little bit, like a, you know, whatever, a gallon or whatever those little lawnmower cans, gas cans hold. So yeah, she's alive. We need a fan resistor. Yeah, she's pretty pleasant when she's actually alive. But I'm going to turn her off now before that needle starts moving, which will probably be any time, and that's usually not good. So we'll turn it off, and I guarantee you she's not going to start back up with how cold it is. As a matter of fact, it might go dark. I don't know. It'll dim. So farewell, Aztek. It's dimming. So if I go to start it, yep, it's dead. Yeah. This battery sucks. So that's it for the tech. Oh. Well, I guess it's time to go to work then. Well, I was out here late last night shoveling the driveway, as I might have mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned that prior to this video clip or not, but I was out here shoveling the driveway so this car wouldn't get stuck like I got it stuck that one time. And maybe 2 more times after that. So the Fiesta, you know, you guys, for those of you who have been following this channel at least for a year and have been watching the vlog series, you know, you guys have pretty much seen this car since day one, since we brought it home. You know, I made a video, you know, a couple of vlogs ago, just going over the entire whole year of ownership with the car. And it's been a great car. My wife and I love this car. I can't believe how much I love this car. I've said it before. I didn't think I was going to like it that much because it's so small, and I'm kind of like taller, and you know, I like bigger vehicles and such, but this car is a blast. I absolutely love driving this car. It's very sporty, very responsive, very quick. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun car to drive. But we have had the issue lately probably over the last month and a half-ish, we're having a problem with the power shift transmission. And that's really the sad thing about the Focuses and the Fiestas, because they all have this 6-speed power shift automatic transmission, which is not really an automatic. On the inside of the car, it's an automatic. You've got your normal shift lever, gear selections, so you know, but the actual transmission itself is not a typical automatic transmission. It's basically a manual gearbox controlled by a computer. There's no torque converter. There's a lot of things that an automatic transmission has that this one doesn't. So it's a dual clutch transmission, and basically there's 2 clutches. One clutch is responsible for the current gear that you're in. The second clutch is responsible for the gear after. So it always has that gear on standby, so that way when your current gear is up, it goes straight into the other gear, you know, and it's designed like that to help fuel efficiency and give you that sporty response that you would, you know, expect, you know, like you would maybe a manual transmission. And I think it's designed, you know, to have, you know, little quirks here and there that feel like a manual transmission. So that being said, every now and then, you know, it's normal to get like a little shudder, which is what I call it. You get a little shudder, and you can kind of feel the shudder, you know, from the first couple of gears going into the other gears. And I always thought that was normal, because in a manual transmission, you're gonna feel, you know, when the gears engage after you start letting off the clutch. You know, it's normal. But recently, and I didn't want to take it in. I was trying to hold off as long as possible just to see how it plays out, but it's not really getting a whole lot better. The shutters are starting to become literal jerks, and you know, it's getting to the point where it's making your whole body start to lunge. So the clutch packs are known on these power shift transmissions to go out prematurely, and today I was really hoping we wouldn't have to deal with it, but today, you know, the car is going with me. They're going to drive the car, and then they're going to determine, you know, if we need a new clutch or not. The car is still under its original warranty, so that's good. Like I said, we got 27,000 miles on it. We probably only put about 6,000 or 7,000 miles on the car since we bought it, somewhere around there. So we haven't really driven the car a whole lot, but the thing with these, like, these, you know, lunges, I should say, is like it doesn't do it all the time. It's more of a here and there type thing. So I don't know if it's gonna actually happen when the technicians drive the car or not. All right, we didn't get stuck. That's great. But I guess we're gonna find out. I was really hoping that we wouldn't have to deal with the issue, but it happens. Hopefully, from what I've heard, the new clutches have been revamped a little more, and they should be a little more durable, I guess. Because I really like the power shift transmission. I think it's an interesting transmission. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out exactly how it plays out, but stick around. So guys, I want to try to get my hands on that for an MVS feature. I see that car sitting here all the time, and it is just so awesome looking. It's an SL, I believe. But today, if it wasn't so cold and if it wasn't getting so late, I would totally do it. We'll have to see how the weekend looks. Maybe I'll come back out here and we'll do that. But that is a sharp looking car. It looks even weirder with all the snow in front of it. So yeah. Okay, so the workday is over. No new clutch at this time, which is good. So it must not have been that bad to, you know, not have a clutch replacement yet. What they did do is, and I completely forgot about this, so hopefully this will do the trick because I completely forgot about it. But they did a PCM and a TCM software update. PCM being the powertrain control module, and then TCM, which is the transmission control module, all these power shift transmissions have a TCM. So they updated the software, and then, you know, they took it for a drive, and, you know, they said that everything seemed to test out okay. So that's good. Let's see. Yeah, customer states that there is a shudder acceleration in between first into second and second into third. Feels at most when vehicle is at operating temperature. And that, honestly, that is usually when it happens. It's when the car is at full temp, and we've been driving it for a while. I've been saying that, you know, pretty much the entire time we've had the car, basically. But they did the TCM and PCM update, performed clutch adaptive procedure, and test drove it and found that it seemed to be okay at this time. So they did tell me to kind of keep an eye on it. You know, probably within the next 500 to 1,000 miles, you know, kind of see if, you know, if it's still acting the way that it should be, and we're going to go from there. So at this time, we still have our original clutch in the transmission, and we have new software. So I'm kind of anxious to drive it now and to see if it does act any differently. You know, how do we feel about the green Fiesta? It's like not a bad green. I think side by side, this blue on this car and that green would look pretty good together. Okay, so far it seems to be okay. Yeah, so far I'm not feeling any slipping or any, you know, lunging or anything. So like I said, we'll just have to keep an eye on it over the next, you know, 500,000 miles or so, to kind of see what happens. I noticed that all the radio settings and stuff in the My Ford Touch system were back to default. So like all of the sound settings and stuff, I had to take care of that. And so yeah, the, you know, entire car must have got a reset. Can I get in the driveway? I got out pretty easily. Oh, the snow. Yeah, this isn't bad. Should I start the Aztek today? I don't know. I don't know if I want to or not. The whole jump start thing is really annoying. I'm seriously considering taking that battery back to the junkyard where I got it from, and having them either exchange it or, well, they're gonna have to exchange it because I need some sort of battery in there. So I don't know. The problem is I don't want to go through the hassle of tearing it out because that one stupid support bar is not coming out like it should. So I basically have to fight with the battery to you know, to get it out. I don't know. I'll see. I'm hungry. My wife's gonna make chicken wraps tonight. So, in conclusion, got the car home. I seriously have not felt even the slightest shudder the entire drive home. So, maybe that's all it needed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that that's all it needed. Yeah, let's cold start it. Why not? The escape needs started too anyway, it's been sitting all day. See, look at that. I don't know if I feel like going through all that again. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how I feel this weekend. Let's see if we get contact first try. I'm not seeing very much spark, so probably not. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, okay. I like how so far a lot of these Aztek videos are just jump starting and cold starting and okay, here we go. think you can kind of hear where it sounds like there's an exhaust leak down there. Yep, that's probably the exhaust manifold. I don't know. We'll see how I feel this weekend if I want to go through with pulling all that out or stuff. Now I notice it does, every time that I've had the car run, it does run high, but I wonder if that's just because of how cold it is. So could be, you know, vacuum issue. Does the horn work? You know, the horn on this one sounds different. The horn on my other Aztek sounded different. This sounds like a real horn. The Aztek had like some wimpy horn. Finding new things out about this car every time I sit in it, I suppose. I mean, I really wish I could just let the car run for a long time, and that way the battery charges up. But I can't do that because I know there's a bad gasket, and I don't obviously want the engine to get hot. It does sound a lot better though with that clean oil though. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but in person I can kind of tell a difference in how it sounds. Alright, that's enough. And dead. Not even gonna try. It's already dimming. Soon enough. Yeah, it doesn't really feel hot up here or anything. Oh, the foam's coming back. I don't know. Alright. Huh. Okay, guys. So that's that. You know the drill. Give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out all of the merchandise at teespring.com/stores/Mike's Vehicle Spotlight. And Mike's Vehicle Spotlight's coming back also. So, that's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.